Part of the net probably would have beaten Latkozy to the short side by McTavish.
Latkozy is a right-handed catching goalie, which is
The wrong way.
not common. It's not the wrong way, it's just a different way. Johnson centers it, that pass misses. Back to center ice, Cormier with it. And Roman Fike sends it back down to the Canadian zone as Duran's out to play it. Knocks it down. Cormier plays it back across to Ethan Del Mastro, who draws into the Canadian lineup. Del Mastro, a late addition to the Canadian lineup. And the loose puck picked up at the side of the goal. Del Mastro got the late call for Canada. Wow with it, slaps it back down to the Slovak zone and quickly others. Bedard, a centering pass got knocked away from McTavish. Bedard taken down behind the play, and the puck loose at center ice. Simon Gros works in now for Slovakia, and Thompson plays it back around. Picked free by Seeley, and loose at center ice. Forrester looking for it. Seeley for Johnson. Lead pass for Stankoven. Logan Stankoven, the reigning Canadian Hockey League Player of the Year. Played this here for the Kamloops Blazers in the Western League. He led the Western League in playoff scoring, even though his team did not make it to the conference final.
It's a good couple rounds.
Johnson works in, a backhand shot. Stopped by Latkozy. Blazers. Ostapchuk drops that back to Gregg. Ridley Gregg looks back. The Ottawa first-round pick plays it back across. Ostapchuk back with it. And scooped up by Maros Jedlička. And back at center ice, here's Seeley with it. Ronan Seeley from Owens, Alberta, a couple hours south of here. Plays for Everett in the Western Hockey League. Gregg has it knocked away. A chance now for Slovakia. Jedlička gets in behind Gregg. Jedlička shoots, and Duran makes the stop on the breakaway. Brought back out by Jack Thompson. A good job by Gregg there not to take a penalty trailing from behind.
And he knew he wasn't going to catch him, so he was trying to time the stick lift until it was about time to shoot it. Pretty good job. Disrupting, but not taking a penalty.
Stankoven goes after it. He steamrolled Žabka. Picked up by Johnson. He thinks about it back there. Plays it back in. Zellweger's shot goes off a leg. Johnson looked to try to scoop it home in the opening game against Latvia. He's tried the lacrosse move before.
Or not call it the Michigan when he does it.
In comes Sabrango. He did play there.
Someone Mike Legg is saying, come on.
Exactly. Sabrango plays it back. Zellweger centering pass knocked away. Mike Legg, when University of Michigan first scored a goal like that, but they called the Michigan instead of the Legg. Sabrango plays it across. In comes Zellweger's shot. And Latkozy the save on that. Shots keep piling up for Canada here as Sabrango moves in. He stepped it for a Stankoven, he flips that wide. And Kate Johnson back with it. Johnson has that roll off his stick. And 45 seconds to go in this Slovak power play. Petrovitsky falls at center ice. Dvorský brings it back. That's knocked away. Now Cooley in a race with Petrovitsky. Petrovitsky played in Finland this year in their junior league. Yeah, we mentioned played in the NHL, his uncle as well. McLuka couldn't reach that pass. Now it's knocked back down at center ice. Time winding down in the Slovak power play. Chipped in by Kashlik, who plays for Chicoutimi in the Quebec League. Stumpel plays it around. That long shot deflected just wide. Oliver Stumpel, the son of longtime NHLer Joseph Stumpel, as Gregg steps out of the box. And the centering pass goes to Cooley. Will Cooley in, shoots! Racing to it, though, is Jedlička. Gets there first and against the icing. Now, scooped back up by Thompson. Jedlička steamrolled Thompson. And Thompson goes right back at him. And here's Bedard with it. Connor Bedard rolls out ahead. Moves up with Waugh and McTavish. Up for Waugh, slides it back across. Fike broke it up. Roman Fike plays it back around, but knocked down by Del Mastro. Back in the corner, Waugh. Plays that down to Bedard. The puck rolled away from him. Moved up by Stripai, but Adam Stripai can't clear it out. Sturbach Gets bottled up there by Bedard, who steps into him. And finally, the Slovaks will get it up as Dalibor Dvorský, a top-rated pick for the upcoming draft, plays it across for Sturbach. Dvorský played for AIK Stockholm in the Swedish Allsvenskan last year, the Swedish second league. Projected to be a top 10 pick in the NHL draft.
That would be a tough league to play in, the Swedish league.
Black pronunciation is Petrovitsky. If the Finnish Flash was coming along today, he'd be Selanik, not Selanik. Skate on that pond in the wintertime.
That would be nice. Outdoor pond action.
Yeah. It was
chilly.
It was fiercely cold here when the tournament was here in December before it was postponed.
Weather decidedly nicer these past week or so.
It's been incredible. One of the reasons people may not want to be inside is it's so beautiful outside. Sabrango plays it back across to Zellweger. Pass into Forster. Zellweger tries to center for Johnson. Bouncing puck for Stankoven. Picked back up. Zellweger shoots, scores! And that long drive from Petrovsky knocked away by Garan.
Lost in all that first period, all the offense. Garan was pretty good. Double-digit shots against and was clean.
Back up to center ice. Gaucher plays that back up. There's Dvorský playing a penalty coming to Canada now. Was electrifying. A 16-year-old for Slovakia that game.
Oh, he thought about it.
McTavish was going to do it.
Passing the outside and picking it up on the wrist roll. Same idea. You're going to score the puck the same way, but players can spatula it in full flight. It's almost faster and more disguised than the full.
In 2015, I mean,
yep,
one of the greatest celebrations we've seen. But the 0-0 tie against Roberto Luongo in Canada in Brandon in the '99 tournament had people in awe of Marian Gaborik.
I don't know what was coming a couple of years later in the NHL. Rocket ship.
2 shots on goal for Slovakia on that power play as Gaucher steps back on. The centering pass broken up. Here they come. It's a full-on-all.
It's a jailbreak.
McTavish works right in. McTavish
situations and representing your country. I almost wonder, is that good for a player his age, bouncing around? And you do what you have to do because he's playing for different people, but
well, you always wonder about
to find some stability.
Right. A stop check works in with Dufour. And Dufour for the trailer. Zellweger winds in. You always wonder about those 9-game trials because NHL charters, NHL hotels, NHL lifestyle, and you go back to junior, but he did not miss a beat. He went right back. I think he had 3 goals in his first 2 games.
Yeah, but you can look at that 2 ways. One is you get pout because you're not getting the charter and the staying at the Ritz anymore. Or you'd be like, I better play really hard here, get better, so I can have that all the time.
Well, what some teams say to guys who get sent back is 2-on-1 for Canada now. As Dufour works in, holds, feeds across. And a stop check couldn't quite reach it. Now a wraparound try. Thomas Bolo down as the shots keep piling up. But the teams will say to you, well, if you think you're that good, be great every night. Dominate every night.
Right.
Against the United States. U.S. Open with a win over Germany. A pretty talented team here for Team USA. Logan Cooley was electrifying, the 3rd overall pick to Arizona Coyotes. There's Dvorský for the face-off. Rolls back down to the front of the net. Dvorský fanned on that, still loose, and Dvorský reaching for it, knocked away by Cormier. Cormier. Rink wide to Sabrango, down to Sabrango up for Dufour, that's knocked away. And Lichka plays it back down to Canadian zone. Sabrango back with it. Sabrango, native of Kingston, Ontario. And the stop check works in, tried to pull that loose before reaching for it. Now brought back by Dvorský. Works it back across, and that shot fired wide by Žabka. Chipped out by Gregg. Plays for Chicoutimi in the Quebec Major Junior League, so Slovakia on the board. Now you know my rule change, right?
Which one is that? Which one are many?
Under my rule, Slovakia would still have the power play. If you score with the extra tackle on with the penalty coming, you should still get the power play.
Except if you pull your goalie.
In comes Fight with it. Fight in, shoots, fired that wide.
Taking advantage of a 6-on-5. That's. But I can get with it. Whatever. More offense is good. More power plays are good.
Bouncing puck. In behind Sturbach. Bouncing in for McTavish.
For Chippy. Not be a parade to the penalty box by Canada.
Petrovitsky shoots at the flex wide.
Support your goaltender.
Dvorský takes that puck in the corner. Dvorský. Petrovitsky. Dvorský shoots. That rattles around the boards. Petrovitsky knocks it down. Petrovitsky shoots. That was kicked away by Seeley. Petrovitsky, little speed wobble there. That allows really great to poke it out short-handed.
Oh, chip it out.
Taken down by Petrovitsky as he's Dufour jumping ahead.
Massive.
Ashley breaks in.
Put a scare into Canada in the 2010 Olympics.
Yeah.
Pavel Dimitrov against Roberto Luongo's side of the net. This time was his
we're going
high
back.
school days.
We're going back. We'll explain in a second. Bakala had his pocket picked by Gregg. In comes Ridley Gregg, short-handed. Can't get a shot away. Back at the point. Here's Seeley as Thompson steps back on. Dvorský. A rink wide pass knocked down by Waugh. Gregg. Tied up by Kashley. And Dvorský plays that down. Garand way out to play it. Lead pass for Dufour. In comes Dufour. For McTavish shoots. That was on the stick and wide. Now Dufour back with it. To McTavish. McTavish back across to Zellweger. Zellweger peels back as Kasich is watching him. And McTavish a long shot knocked away. These Slovak players are exhausted now. Slovaks have not been relegated since they got promoted after the split between the Czech Republic, then the Czech Republic and Slovakia.
So they got Waugh playing on the third line. I'll stop checking Dufour, where Ridley Gregg would usually be. Things being switched up a little bit, different looks, trying some different combinations.
Lucas Cormier works it across center ice, and Del Mastro sends it in.
The other part of this is Waugh would now like to be able to play in the middle.
Right, here he is, shoots off the goalpost, backhand shot, and a shot by Desnoyers. Turned away by Bolo. Picked up now by Fight, and Roman Fight plays out ahead, but it's gathered up by Waugh.
And you think about Waugh, how many times in 2 games have we seen him in the high slot taking a shot? Almost 0.
Back to pick it up is Simon Gros. And Gros works his way out. Puts it high in the air over the head of Waugh. Brought in by Fight. Fight centers it. Another net guard came loose down there. And Dufour plays that ahead. That's another Slovak net guard.
That will be the game that the winner of that game will assuredly make the quarterfinals.
We're talking about the fact that McTavish played for 6 teams this year. He's played 74 games all told.
Okay.
52 goals.
Again, doesn't matter what league you're playing in. It's a bundle.
McTavish got sent back by Anaheim, went back to Peterborough, had a hat trick in his first game back.
But didn't play many games there. He was traded
to Hamilton
shortly thereafter.
And then went on a scoring tear there. With it. Forrester walks back in, throws it back. Cooley couldn't quite reach it. And Fight moves it ahead for Slovakia. Busting is Dvorský. Dalibor Dvorský, a backhand shot, put that wide. Desnoyers back on it. Feeds that back to Del Mastro. Ethan Del Mastro, the Mississauga franchise, the Steelheads in the Ontario League. Up for Desnoyers, works in, he goes crack.
The arena because she doesn't want him to see her before puck drops, so she'll hide somewhere and often just sits alone and watches the game. This evening, though, a little bit different. She's enjoying herself.
Why wouldn't you? He had a tremendous Memorial Cup, scored 7 goals in 4 games in that tournament, 1 off the tournament record. He's the MVP. His Fight works in, feeds that down, the bouncing puck knocked away.
I kind of like the anti-ritual. Most guys like to spot their families before they get going. I don't want to see you. It's unplanned. I'll see you after the game.
Remember Peter Budaj, the goalie?
Yep, of course.
His mom used to come and visit from Slovakia. and she'd come all the way over, go to his games, and then walk the concourse.
And not watch him, not watch the game.
No, she just walked the concourse.
Because it's superstition, too nervous?
Couldn't take it, too nervous.
I get that. If you the goalie, that would be tough.
It's a long way to come to walk by the concession stands. McTavish stays out there with Bedard, and Othman is look out that
puck. The more likely it is you fan on it. The softer you enter the puck there, the more likely it is you're going to be able to elevate it over the shoulder. Good hands by Roy and tight.
Dvorsky drops that back, fight, puts it wide. Here's Bedard with it. Drops that back to Cormier. With
like
McTavish. And Bedard was rocked there. McTavish centers it out of the reach of Othman. As you mentioned, probably his last shift, and Bedard went right back after Dvorsky. Fight walks in, shoots. And Garan steers that away. Bouncy puck in front. Othman jumps up ahead and finds Bedard. He's got McTavish with him. Bedard works that back. Trying to find McTavish. Sabrango was knocked down. Here's Bedard. Skating right towards McTavish and drops it off to him. Room service to McTavish. That was poked away and brought up by Dvorsky.
Refusing to shoot it. Like, come on, Mace, you got to move a little bit.
Dvorsky long shot. That's gloved by Garan. He dropped down. And McTavish is going to go off it. You stop the forward, submit the defense.
And that's where you sit a lot of times if you're not playing.
The grocery stick?
Yeah.
I've never heard that one. That's terrible.
Well, you know, the
divider.
Yeah. The divider.
Yeah, that's awful.
So he's obviously something's going on with him.
NYA works in. Minute 45 to go here in the third. Cooley steps up, and that play broken up by Dvorsky. Dalibor Dvorský throws it back in front, knocked away by Thompson. Shot by Japka goes wide, and we underline, how significant Connor Bedard's performance is. So rare for an underage player to be dominant at this level. This tournament.